I will also be recording this session for the candidates who had asked me that they can't attend the live and they would like to see the recording. And I hope the Facebook thing is going, oh, the live is going fine. Thank you so much, Sheetal. Okay, perfect. The live is going. I'll have to mute everybody so that there is some background noise. And I'm going to unmute the speakers one by one so they can start. I know you guys are waiting to hear the success stories and their journeys and how they did it. So first of all, I would like to congratulate all our candidates who cleared the exam, and especially the one, where it was so hard this time as the examination was so difficult. So clearing it this time speaks even more volumes about their grit, resilience, and strength. So I would like give and extend my heartiest congratulations to all the successful candidates. And I would not waste a lot of time. I know you guys want to start listening their stories. And guys, please send me questions, what you would have from these speakers about your preparation. And they are going to share their experience. But please do send me your questions, and I will be sharing your questions with these candidates. And it will help you also get the answers directly, what specifically you are looking for. All right, so Sandeep, I'm gonna make you go first, and I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Now you can, I think.
Yes, I
All
can.
right,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
yeah, thank you. Wait, I'm gonna pin you so you are on screen as well. Yeah, perfect. So
Thank you
very,
so
very, very congratulations, Sandeep. First of all, success looks good on you, and
Yes,
yeah, please go on.
it looks good on everyone.
It does, and I really want to extend. I've seen your journey from day one. Like I still remember your profile pic when you sent me the message, and I was like, okay, this guy is gonna ask me a lot of questions. I got it in the first few days. So I knew that this relationship is going to get stronger and stronger. A lot of questions are coming my way, and we had a blast, didn't we?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely. It was a wonderful journey, full of roller coaster. Because I'm working 8 to 10 hours in my own clinic. This is my clinic in background. So for Dashara, I came here for puja, and I thought I should attend this lecture and should motivate the candidates who are preparing for the next session, next batch. Yes, ma'am. I'm not so prepared, so you can ask me anything. I'll share.
All right, all right. Sandeep, I would first like you to tell and describe what your preparation was, how your preparation days were. And because you've seen this result, and it was one of the hardest set paper in the years of ADC, how did you think your preparation, your technique of preparation, and the wind spurt strategy combined together helped you do it to navigate the 5 months and then see the success at the end of the 5 months on the exam days and then results day? Yeah, so tell me about your 5 month journey, what you did differently or with the wind spurt alignment, and how it all came together.
Yes, 4 to 5 months are very important for the preparation. It will be enough time to prepare properly. So, as there are many people working like me, and getting time out of their busy practice or busy schedule, it's very difficult, and time management is very important. So, in that time management, Winspert helped me. You gave me a proper time table, 8 hours plan, and I followed it diligently. And it was very difficult initially to give 8 hours study because I'm giving this exam almost after 8 to 10 years, and study that much hours. It's very difficult for people like us. So I blindly followed your timetable, and initially I messaged you many times. This is very difficult. I cannot complete my schedule. So you told me properly, follow this and see the magic after 10 weeks. So it was very frustrating or exhausting initial 10 weeks, and after 10 weeks you'll see the magic. Everything is so smooth and perfect. You aligned it everything in proper way. So not only that 10 or 8 hours study plan give us a proper mental, how to maintain your mental health and physical health also. Everything you guided, and we follow you blindly, and this is the result. Yes, and many people are saying this exam was difficult, but I thought it's okay exam because I was prepared. I was expecting more difficult.
No, that's good. That's because you were very prepared, Sandeep. It speaks because if you felt that this exam was doable and easier, that because you prepared the entire 8 hour plan, you did all the articles, you
Yes,
diligently
yes,
went through all the policies and shared. So that I think is a very, very crucial. And guys, if you remember, I've been talking about this in the group also in the last 2 days. If Sandeep, you're also reading those chats, right?
yes,
That doing the full plan completely prepares you from for all the unseen questions also, and that is why you felt them and could do them so confidently.
yes,
Now that is an 8 hour plan. I just named it and I've renamed it. I don't want it to get a bad rep. That's why I've changed it to the like a Winspert study plan. But I think that can be done in even 6 to 7 hours per day, also, Sandeep. If you know, you
yes,
used to tell me, ma'am, I don't have that much time, but you still did the entire plan, all the
yes,
articles and everything. I remember because we had been obviously talking almost every day, right? You can say
yes,
that. So I knew you were struggling with the time and initially, and then I told you that this can be done in lesser time. So, those who are asking that if you don't have this much time, like Sheetal, you asked, like if you don't have full time, if you have a full time job and less time to prepare, and all those things, then please know that this Winsport plan can be done. All the articles covered in 6 to 7 hours of daily studying, also
yes, yes.
easily, easily can be done. And what do you think, Sandeep? We have a question that if time, how do you remember all the doses and boxes of TG and the tables? How to memorize it?
I still remember those days. I messaged you. This is very difficult for me. I cannot remember those doses and all. So you suggested me to make flashcards or stickers and put it on your basin, that cupboard, and read it every day. What I did, I made every like I opened the therapeutic guideline TG, and I wrote down every table, like not table but doses,
Yeah.
like odontogenic infection, spreading infection, non-spreading infection, the systemic sign, without systemic, what medicines we are giving. I made it a like small booklet, and I gave myself 10 days. In 10 days, you will remember everything. Well, every day when I woke up, because when you woke up, your memory is fresh. I used to read everything. Earlier it was taking 1 hour to read everything, that doses and all. But as the time went, uh, I used to complete it in 30 minutes every dose, and without seeing it. And you must be remembering that day I messaged you, ma'am, I'm ready with the doses. Ask me anything.
Yeah.
Ask me. That was my preparation, because I was like, I never, even in my graduation days, I never understood. remembered that doses and pharmacology and all. It was very difficult for me, and this time I thought ki this will kill me. That's
Yeah.
why I gave more importance to doses and all. Even today, you ask me anything, I'm ready with anything.
If I will share this beautiful picture, one of our students, Anshu, had posted on our group. I don't know,
Yes.
Sandeep, if you follow me on the Facebook group or not, but I'll put it on the WhatsApp group as well. The Anshu put a beautiful picture of her study table, and last batch also I got a similar study, table picture, and she had put all those beautiful boxes and charts and everything on her wall. Remember, as I used to tell you that, make your wall a piece of art and make all your boxes and tables of TG go there, whatever you want to memorize, so that you keep looking at them.
Yes, but stick that sticker on that wall where you go every day.
Yes, exactly. Maybe on your refrigerator if you're a stress eater, that might help, right? So, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandeep. I'll move to the next speaker and valuable inputs. First of all, you did the entire plan. I'll summarize after every speaker so that guys who are in attendance, they can take notes. And first of all, do the entire full syllabus. The 8 hour plan is not called 8 hour plan anymore, guys. So don't get threatened by the number of hours. It can easily be done in 6 to 7 hours a day. Yeah, Sandeep, please.
Yes, one more thing. If you cannot complete that day schedule, try to complete in next day.
Yeah.
If you think I will complete in a weekend or on Sunday, I will complete that. Don't do it. If you gather, it will become a huge mountain to study and all, because you have only 24 hours. So you have to manage properly. You can ask Jigyasa ma'am; she is the best time management guy, girl. So you can definitely take her help. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Sandeep. Navneet, I'm going to take your questions with other speakers also. So let's go to Annie now. You can unmute. I asked you to unmute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to show my board as well.
Wait,
This is
let me
my
pin you. Wait, let me pin you on the camera.
yeah. I got it to show everybody.
Yeah, you here. Yeah, you here. Get it up, please.
That's my board. I had put all the doses and everything on this, and it was in my bathroom, and I would read it every day. So it really helped me. Yeah.
Beautiful, Amy. Beautiful.
Right.
Thanks for sharing it.
So I would mainly want to talk about the time management, because this is how I scheduled for this. I started studying, I think, 6 months before, because I wanted to work 6 days a week. Uh, Cooking, gym, I had to manage everything. So that's how I planned it, that I will start studying way earlier. So I would do one week's schedule in 1.5 week, because I had extra time to complete this thing. That's how I planned it, because I didn't want to stop working. And yeah, so anytime I had any gaps in the clinic or during my lunch break also, in 5 minutes I would eat, and the entire hour I would start studying TG. I would take TG everywhere. 15 minutes if there's a gap, I would start studying 3-4 pages. So it was exhausting. I really tortured myself planning by the minute, but I think it really helped to maximize your time. So yeah.
I'll throw you questions now. We have beautiful questions. How many times you repeated study plan, and what helped you answer the new questions in exam? These are two very good questions. What helped you answer the new questions which you had not seen? Answer them confidently. And how many times you did the weekly plan and everything? Yeah.
So I followed the plan to the T. As many, you asked me to TG 5 times, I did it. ICG 5 times, I did it. Whatever you said, I did it. And then newer questions, I would say I could answer them, because I already work in an Australian clinic, and the dentist I work with is amazing. I have great rapport with him, so he explains me a lot of things. I keep asking a lot of. I think for you, need to observe a lot, ask questions, learn. I would see, oh, when are they updating the medical history, or when are they doing this, that. I would keep asking everybody all the questions, and I feel that's what helped me. So, yeah.
And about time management, yes, on a daily basis, because you were working also as other students would be. So at home, if you have a lot of classes to watch, then self-study also. So how did you manage both of them?
So sometimes if I feel like I'm going to come home late, I would wake up at 4 a.m., do 2 hours of studying in the morning, go to the gym. My clinic is next to the gym. Then I would go to the clinic, come home by 5, immediately start studying from 5 to 7. Then 1 hour break. In that, I would start cooking. Then 8 to 9, 8 to 10, I would study. So that's how I will split my time. So it's not like then there's no mountain, like a huge block to cover. When you come back home, you have so much to study. I prefer breaking things. It really helps that way. So that's what I did. And over the weekends, I would study 10, 12 hours because that was the only time when I knew I can control this. So that's when I study most of the time. So weekend would be the 10, 12 hour thing. Yeah.
Any backlogs that you got, but you finished them in time and
Yes.
not kept compiling them? Would you also say
Yes.
that?
Yes. 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 So because my plan was to complete everything in 1.5, like 1.5 week. That's how I planned it. So it was not like I was lacking or something. I was way ahead of everybody. So that's how I planned it.
No, that's beautiful. And you kept always in touch with me as well, because
Yes,
yes,
100%. And I feel like it's very important to have a study partner as well. You have to discuss TG with someone, because when I did 4 times by myself, I didn't cover most of the things or didn't see it the way it's supposed to be seen, I think. But my study partner helped me. She played a big role in changing things for me. So I'm really grateful for her. And being active on the group, I think it's just really helpful. Like people asking you questions, once you answer them, you retain those things. If you make a mistake, you're never going to make those mistakes again. So I feel like being active on the group is also very important.
yeah, no, makes sense. Thank you so much, Amy. Wonderful insights. I'm going to summarize your valuable inputs is, guys, she was working very hard as a job. She had a job and she was going to the gym and she was maintaining her physical and mental health both. And of course, definitely she was constantly in touch with me, because I remember every day I would see a message from Amy Jan.
Yes.
Absolutely, there were a lot of questions and we had fun.
Remember, every time I'll be like, I don't know. I feel like I can't do this. This is not for me. I thought I was not meant for this. And you would always encourage me. No, you'll do this. Just be hopeful. So yeah.
I'm still getting those messages. I still get it every batch, whether the initial stage of the batch, middle stage, end stage. The insecurities, they keep, crawling up and they keep
Yes.
coming up. But it's
I
my
think just make a
responsibility.
set template and just send it to everybody.
I should though, but I can gauge now from all my students what they want to hear. Every
Yeah.
student, I cannot convince my students with a copy pasted message. I
I
know
know.
that.
I know.
Everyone has different nerves. I have to handle them very delicately.
Yeah.
So I take your tantrums. I know I take a lot of your tantrums, but I have to be very careful. So
No,
Aisha,
you've been very kind, very gentle, always receptive to things, and you are a great mentor. Like anybody would tell me, and I'm like, you do not need to worry. Just follow what she's saying. You are with a great mentor. I've said this so many times. So I'm really,
you're
really grateful.
just no, you're too kind, Amy. Aisha has a question that she finds TG very boring and hard to study. What should she
Find
do?
find a study partner. I don't know. I really like TG for some reason. Like it's so interesting, and I feel like, and I'm definitely becoming a better dentist after I joined you, because I don't know, we ignored so many things back then, and now I'm like, oh, everything makes so much more sense now. When I first came to Australia and saw them practicing, it was so different, and I wasn't understanding anything. Now everything makes sense to me after what you did to us. So yeah.
You have been working extremely hard. The credit goes to you as well.
Thank
And
you.
we are together in this win. And I'm
100%.
really proud that I can say you my student, right? So I'm proud of you
Thank
all. And somebody asked me about, like, if somebody had kids. So that makes me also remember that Munira has to go and put her kids to bed. So guys, she requested that I skip the alphabetical order and put her next, Anjani. So I'll make Munira go, okay? And so I think the kids question will get answered. RQ, you sent me this question that if they had kids and did home chores and job as well. So Munira is going to answer that question. Munira, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Give me a second. I'll allow you to unmute yourself. Yeah, Shalini, I think Munira can help you. There's a question for you, Amy. If you can unmute that, they ask you, did you work as a DA? Okay, wait, I'll have to ask you to unmute as well. Munira, you can unmute yourself. I'm asking you as well. Amy, I got requested you to unmute.
Yeah. So yes, I've been working as a DA for a year now, and I feel like it's very important if you're working as a DA here in Australia or in New Zealand, it's very important to find someone who is practicing by the books, so because his habits are going to be your habits, so I feel like it's very important to find a good dentist, and I've been really lucky with that. So that has really helped me.
Munira, can you accept my request to unmute?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, Munira. So we have some questions here for mums. So they are like they have kids and they're preparing, and some are working also with kids and they're struggling with the study plan. How would you suggest that they should dedicate their time for the preparation of the study material provided, because it's extensive, and how the material helped you in exam?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Definitely, it is. It is a bit extensive because for like my kids, they are a bit younger. So I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. So it was hard for me because like if I wake up at 5 o'clock to study, my younger one, she would also wake up with me. So it was like I had no set routine. I would study whenever I got a chance. And I remember I was attending the last this celebration the celebration class last time, and somebody said they listen to the recordings when they're driving, when they're cooking. They just have it on all the time. So I used to do that. So for like I would sit and do the videos, the lectures one time, pay full attention and do it, and then the next time I would just put it on while I'm doing cooking, or when I'm driving, or even when I used to be putting my kids to bed. I just put the lecture on and just keep listening to it. That's how I made time, because it was hard for me to set hours
Yeah.
to fully dedicate this block of time to study. And also, and also, sorry, sorry about that.
I think the kids came up in the background. Munira, we gotta wait. Yes, Abhishek, you can go after Munira. You can't. Okay, let me just. Yeah, Munira, now you can.
Yeah, sorry, ma'am, I couldn't unmute myself. And so that's what really worked for me. And I don't know if you remember, but I initially intended to do the exam in March, and then I realized that I couldn't do it, so I had to extend it to September. But I felt that also had a drawback because I got very relaxed, and I just felt that I have like a lot of time to do my prep, and I would complete one day in like 3 days. But the drawback, don't do that, because by the time you reach like 7th or 8th week, you are going to forget what you did in the second week. So it's best to just do it in the allocated time. And
Yes.
yeah, so and also this one mistake I made was I left the articles, like I would do the whole, like instead of doing, you kept saying, you kept asking us to do 2 articles every day, but I couldn't manage, so I used to do them at the end of the week. And
Right.
I had quite a backlog. So I would recommend everybody to listen to ma'am, do what she says, because it's going to pile up if you don't listen to what she says.
No, that's
So
great, Munira. And how did you handle the new questions then that came in the exam, the preparation? What preparation things helped you to see the unseen questions also?
attending the live classes, and also like Amy said, interacting in the group, because that's when you get to know what other people are thinking, because we might only think in one direction, and when we get to know how other people are thinking, it helps us interpret the questions in better ways, I would say. And also in exam, every time I read the question, I would hear your voice in my head saying, "Why, dear?" And I would question myself, "Why?" And and I
Uh,
think that helped me tackle the harder or the unseen questions. And
yeah.
also, I would recommend everybody to listen to what Jagesa ma'am says. And if you feel that it's hard to manage, then still talk to her. She will tell you how to manage things. And I'm so glad I kept talking to you, and that also helps me with stress management. And
I know, I remember we were constantly in touch. Almost every day I would see, questions from you. So I believe, and I have noticed that in the last many years also, the students who remain most in touch with me and keep asking me questions, I see them clearing it because I think they rectify their doubts and the wrong concept learning at that point only. So they don't carry the wrong concepts with them. So I would also fully endorse that. Thank you. Thank you so much, Munira. I would not keep you
thank you
for
so
long.
much.
And
Thank
thank
you.
you for taking time. I know you're so busy, but it means a lot to me. Thank you, Munira, and congratulations once again. And Abhishek, I will now hand over the platform to you, and I'll requesting you to unmute. You can unmute, and yeah,
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, first of all, for this wonderful course and your guidance.
thank
Without
you.
this, I would not be able to clear this exam, like it was very, very difficult, and it's a very, very difficult competitive exam, I would say. Yeah.
What did
So,
help you in the 5 months of preparation on the app, on the entire study plan, on the program? What helped you? What do you think were your strengths, and what were the challenges when you were doing it? Because I know the my program is intense. It's not just superficial or easy. It is intense. I make you all cry initial few weeks. So how did you overcome that? And then you felt that yeah, it made you stronger, although it was challenging. So what were the challenges and your fears and how you overcome came that? And what and how you dealt the pressure of the new questions in the exam. These are my two important questions, and as other people will ask, I'll put more questions to you as well.
so first thing is that the course is very, very, like very interesting. Like initial week, we feel pressure that we could not able to do this and all. But after going into this and going into the flow, uh, like I was easily managing this. And I would say time management is the best thing for, to clear this exam and also to complete the course in the time. So time management is the best thing. What I was doing, in this course, I was preparing my own timetable with correlating with your schedule. Like I was just looking at your roster, like what I need to do in this week and the next week, and then I'll just break up everything with the my time, my accordingly what I need to do. Like uh, I know that after reading the TG, I need to give 30 minutes for the 5 pages or 1 hour for the 5 pages. So I know myself that how much time I need to invest for this particular part. So accordingly that and accordingly your roster, I divided everything for the next week, like not for whole entire course, but next week. Like this week, I will divide the next week plan. Then the next week, I'll divide the next week plan. So this helps me a lot. And one more thing is that I would say never delay your weekly plan. Like I can say that no one can follow everything every day for the 5 months or 6 months. So what I was doing, like I was not I don't have a time for the Tuesday plan. Then what I'll do, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, everything. And then if there is a three lecture for the Tuesday, then I would divide that three lecture for the 3 days or 2 days. Then after completing the Wednesday plan, I have watched the one lecture from the Tuesday and then one lecture for the from the Tuesday to the Thursday. And that's all. Like never delay your weekly plan to the next week. Complete your weekly plan till the Sunday. And if you left with the Sunday plan, then I would say that you can watch the Sunday plan in the next week of the Monday and Tuesday. Don't delay that beyond that, because when you have a burden, you can pressurize your mind. So you can't follow the next week plan also. So that's what I was doing. And one more important question you were asking, like how I was cope up with the new question in exam this time. So I would say uh, from the roster and from this, like from your course, thousand and past paper were very important because
Wait, let
without,
me interrupt you, Abhishek. Somebody just messaged me,
yeah,
Gopika message, that please ask him how much 1,000 MCQs and PP help to face the current question pattern. And you just said it. Gopika, I just wanted to point out that it's some, divine connection, and he just said it. Yeah, go on, Abhishek. She wants to know about
yeah,
1,000 and past papers.
yeah. So I would say thousand and past paper is the base of this course. Like without them, I would not be able to clear this course because advanced file, MMF, everything is good. Everything is good, but after watching the thousand and past paper and after grasping the concept from them, because without thousand and past paper, I would not able to like thinking in the process of this question, like how would I answer this, because this time exam was tough. I know exam was tough, but questions were not like everything was not new, but options were a bit tricky. Like when I was reading the SBQ question, I was thinking like I'll easily answer this question, but when I go to the options, I was confused. Like two options were similar. Like I was thinking that these two options can be the answer. So how could I choose? But with the helps of thousand and past paper and some articles and all, I can be little bit rule out that option.
Yeah.
So that was helpful for me during this exam to answering the new questions.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Tejaswi and Zoom user, I'll take your questions with the next speaker. So let's go to Anjani. And thank you so much and
Yeah,
congratulations once again, Abhishek. To summarize,
thank
thousands
you
and
so much,
past
man.
papers are extremely important. Do not let your backlogs catch up. You have to be ahead and you have to plan your week ahead. Even if you can't do the daily plan as given to you in that particular day, like Abhishek did, he would plan the entire week, but he would make sure that if he has more time on a particular day, he would do more tasks on that day. So, but try to finish your weekly plan within that week or maybe just few days of backlog so that you don't feel a lot of pressure. So stay ahead on the program and catch up with all your backlogs. Plan your days or your weeks accordingly based on your time. Some people have daily same amount of time. Some people have extra time on certain days and less time on certain days. So based on that also you should manage your time accordingly. Very good questions, Tejasvi and Zoom user. I'm going to take them with Anjani also. Anjani, I'm going to request you to unmute. You're gonna see my request.
Yeah, hi ma'am. Hi, hello
Hi.
everyone.
Yes. So
First of
Anjani,
all,
yeah, please share your experience first, and then I'll have two more questions for you. Yeah, go ahead.
first I would thank you so much, ma'am. It wouldn't be possible without you. Like, oh my God.
No, no, no. It's your hard work, Anjani. Again, as I said, you were also a very, very active participant,
Yeah,
asking me questions all the time.
Yeah.
always every day you were those, like, you know, and I can tell you all the 50-60 candidates who passed, I had absolute daily connection with you all, even more as well, because we have to recognize that this exam really did not give enough opportunity to other
Yes.
people to pass as well. So it's not that they were lacking. First of all, I would say they were not lacking, but this examination, the pass rates did not give enough opportunities to other people as well. But you guys still climbed a very, very tough mountains, and a lot of you did it. So I think we did something right at Winsport that we could get this many number as we did. And you know, something that we did right, some extra prep that we had. So Anjani, just tell me that what did you feel, the program, the plan, what did you do, and articles? And there is some questions like how many articles should be done per day, how many revisions, and because they cannot be downloaded, so how to revise them and how to, because you can't highlight, you can't download. So should you take notes or do what things with the articles? Like some strategy, get deeper into how to prepare articles also. And yeah, so then we'll take more questions. Anjani, over to you.
I definitely did the study plan, ma'am. Like, as you know, like I did the first 15, like what is in the app, like the first 15 weeks, I did the study plan like properly. And initially, I asked you, like, should I do, like, there are two study plans initially, like 5 hours and 8 hours. Then I was like wondering, will I be able to do the 5 hour? Oh my God, I won't be able to do 5 hour. I'm like, ma'am, is there any other plan which is less than 5 hours? And then, no, it is like, you do what she says, like everyone, what ma'am says, just do it, then you will see the result. Like first it was very exhausting, ma'am, like definitely it's very exhausting for the first 8 weeks or something like that, but later you'll feel if you miss one class or anything of that day, if you don't do, then it'll keep reminding you, you didn't do, you'll lose something. So, however, I used to complete within a week. Even I used to work 9 to 5. I used to work in a place which is 1.5 hour away. So I have to start at 7 o'clock or 7:30 from my home and reach back at evening 7. So what I used to do, I used to not drive. I used to not ask my husband to drop. I thought that I will take a train so that I get that 1 hour properly to sit and listen to a class. Like that, I used to utilize while going and coming. So I thought I won't drive because I won't be able to note some points while during the class. So for thousands and past papers, what did I do? What concepts are new, I used to write in a book so that I did not go through whole. I don't know if I'll be able to revise the whole class, like whole, like 15 weeks we may not be able to do again revise. So I used to write the important things. For suppose in thousands there are a lot of questions on amalgam, so I used to keep a heading of amalgam and leave that empty. So whenever I get back to amalgam, I used to go back there and write. So while revising, I lost 1 month. In the total of 5 months, I did only like 3.5 months of course. I have to go back to India, so I couldn't revise also many of the things. And I think many of them have to inculcate the habit of reading the articles, ma'am. That is very important. One article, you might say something, but when you read an article, you might find something like that. Many of the questions have come this time. If you inculcate the habit of reading the articles, that's very important. And one thing is, many people think that we can't highlight the articles because they are not downloadable. From this app it is not downloadable, but few articles, and if you think that they are not downloadable, simply if you type in Google, these EduLead articles are available everywhere, ma'am. Such articles at least you can highlight and keep.
Yeah. And I have also provided you the most important ones as highlighted. Those were
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you will definitely find a way, or just note some one article will be there which only some example, this hall technique articles and stuff. You need to know only hall technique, but that is like 12-page article. Like when you go to revise, you will waste like 2 hours on one article. So such articles you have to note it and write the revise only hall technique. So when you revise that. Don't revise like
Yeah.
whole thing. That is how I did because I lost 1 month, ma'am. After I came back, I asked you, will I pass, ma'am? Do you think I should continue studying or like
I remember.
then
Yeah,
yeah.
Anjali. It was hard
then
for you, I know. Yeah.
I did not give up, ma'am. After coming, I'm like, I pushed myself like when we are giving, like try give your most, like don't compromise and the results you leave it to God. I didn't know that this was this hard exam until the results came and all this is going in the group. And I definitely not me or next time or next to next time, anybody should expect new questions. ADC, we don't know, like every time the rules change, new questions are always should be expected. And when you see a new question, it's like, wow, I got a challenge now. How competitive you should be with others, like how good you perform, that results your results. The repeated questions doesn't decide your results.
True. So there's a question also, how articles helped you to answer new questions. And beautiful way to put, Anjani, such a winner attitude to look at new questions instead of,
Yeah.
complaining the system. We should
Mm.
accept it and in fact admit that the system is there to actually keep a standard of dentists, practicing. So I totally love your attitude towards it. So let's answer this, that how this in-depth preparation classes and articles combined helped you answer the new questions. Because I think if we summarize the program, it is more or less do all the articles, do all the
Yeah.
important guideline books, and watch all the classes. Practically it's three important pillars, right, Anjani?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody
I
questions
actually
discussing
have
the,
a
see, nobody questions reading the guidelines, TG, ODEL, and everything. Everybody watches the classes also because they know they are the exam questions and past papers. But when I push them to do the articles, then the resistance starts showing up. So
yes.
I think it's crucial to talk about and address the third most important pillar of the preparation, which is the article preparation. Yeah.
PG I did 4 times, ma'am, because I didn't find time. But I texted even you that time. What is this? I'm like, even in the fourth time, I'm finding some new things.
Yes.
Like,
That
what
is
did
that
I
is
do? I
happening. Yeah.
started highlighting each chapter in different colors. Even then, I can remember that color, this one. Like, you get it in mind when you keep studying, and we can hear your voice while, like, in even in the exam, like, oh, you're going this wrong, see it, like you say that words, and those, like, ring in your mind when you're doing the questions. And articles especially, ma'am, I before also I have a habit of reading the articles. Even I work in a clinic here where he gets the ADJ journal every day, like every month. Even from that, if any new things is there, I used to tell ma'am, they're telling that don't use ibuprofen or something like that, something you came in this article. So it's interesting, like it's like a newspaper, reading an article. Don't read the methodology, like read the important things. Go to the discussion if you're not interested to read directly in the discussion. The whole thing what is there is repeated in the discussion. Go to the discussion and read it. If
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah.
and read the results and conclusion, because they'll tell you at last, like if
Yeah.
you're
You know what? Sometimes when you ask me for references and I send you the screenshots from articles, I mostly send you the conclusion part, right? Remember?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
in conclusion, meth has a direct, erosive effect and decay effect on the tooth. So you don't have to read what pH was found, how much pH it has, because nobody in an exam going to ask you the pH of the meth use. But they're definitely going to ask what are the factors that lead to dental decay in meth users. So we know xerostomia, dry mouth is there, cravings for sugary drinks is there, but we also should know that there is a direct lower pH which lead to the cane.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I also find references and then I'm like, who's going to read this entire article? But it's
yeah,
crucial information. It is a direct question of the exam.
yeah.
Let's take a conclusion screenshot and send to people. So this is, you have to do some smart elements here and there,
Yeah.
because once you start, I would say 30 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes for an article is enough. Is
Yes,
enough.
ma'am.
I never say do article learning. I never put on list do learn articles. Do I ever say that? No. I say read articles. Reading will give you enough information that gets asked in the exam. It
Yes.
always does.
I was so like, if it's not about like mugging up, ma'am, when you say erosion, and then you don't read only that article, you give so many insights as we go into the course on erosion. Even the small things, math. I don't know what is math. Like you yourself have to have an interest when some questions are coming on math and these questions are repeated. It doesn't mean that only those questions will come. Any other question from math can come. So try to know if there's math, know about everything on math. When there's an extraction, like how ADC is very much interested in extraction, know everything about extraction. It is not like you might get or might not get. You might get, you might not get. If there's a new question, it will be your advantage when you read everything. That is how, even if I missed the some of the things revision, I thought I got this because I was interested to know more, like reading the articles and stuff. Don't resist on like reading the articles, because you'll stand out when the paper
You will.
changes like this.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's what you did. So that is why I've told the entire March batch, we are doing all the articles now, and you're reading it. Get a study partner, decide 3, 4 articles for that day, and quickly revise with it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anjani.
Thank you
And
so much.
alphabetically, I'll go to Zalak. I think H. Hamza. Hamza, you have to go first. Then after Anjani, yeah. I'll ask you to unmute now. You can unmute.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Hi, Hamza.
Okay.
Very nice to
How
see you.
good to see you too. How are you, ma'am?
Good, good. So looking forward to hear
So,
from you and your unique experience. You told me personally also on the message and on the call. So I would like to, describe your experience.
okay, I would like to share my whole journey, like briefly in chunks. So, I started like a newbie, like everyone in the same case having doubts, full of like if I'm able to make it happen or not. So, my strategy was a bit different because I work almost full day, 10 hours every day, around 4 to 5 days a week. So it would not be possible for me to like uh, follow the complete plan. So my strategy was like 5 months. I would divide it into 3 phases. The first phase, the first month or first 2 months or maybe 1 month, I just read everything. Uh, I completed the whole syllabus, including ICG, TG, and your articles. Most of the syllabus I covered in 1 month, just a simple reading. And for the second and third month, I did some evaluations, like for myself, where I am standing, where I am weak, so I can improve those areas. So in the last 2 months, I would say you should not uh, do any further self-assessment of yourself, because you already in the last stage, you know yourself where you are standing. So in the last stage, your aim should be to do the maximum revisions. So I would say uh, in the last 10 days maybe, or in the last 2 weeks, I literally watched your like 1000 MCQs videos, 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, because I was not working in the last 2 weeks. And I tried to revise every subject from all the sources in 1 day or 2 days. So at the end of the day, TG, ICG especially, and the past papers and like the 1000 MCQs, they were like on my fingertips. While attempting the exam, I was like uh, very easy to attempt for me. So I would also like to share my strategy to attempt the exam. I usually take 3 to 4 rounds to attempt an exam. If you like have 70 questions in 2 hours, so I usually take around 60 minutes to 70 minutes for one round. So in the first round, like I attempted those questions that were 100% sure these are correct for me. So in first round, I attempted around 45, 50, and 55 maximum. Then the second round, I attempted the difficult ones. I tried to crack them. By the third round or the fourth round, in the last 10 minutes, I only left with 3 to 4 questions. So that were hard to me to crack them. So by this strategy, I got 4 A's. Like in each cluster, I got A. So by
Oh,
the
Hamza, I did you send me screenshot? I didn't know we had any single 4A this time with, oh my God, I didn't know 4As. Did you send me the
yeah, yeah,
screenshot?
yeah, I sent you. You can check your chat maybe.
Okay, probably I missed it. It
So
was such a hazy night, but congratulations, a big one.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is all because of you. Obviously, I would like to say thanks to you and my colleagues and my family members who supported me throughout this journey. And this is all from my side. My strategy was totally different because I work as a dental assistant in Australia like 5 days a week. It's a very hard job. Everyone knows who work in this field. So when you get home, you are very tired. So I watched your videos while doing the work whenever I get time. I started to watch your videos like while working, while doing something. So almost whole the course I completed while working. I
Wow.
watched videos while working. When I was at home, I used to study myself, like the articles and the past papers and everything. So
Wow.
this is all from my side.
Wonderful. This is fabulous, Hamza. You summed it up so beautifully, and I love your 3 round method.
Yes,
It reminded me of how I did the exam when I did it.
yes,
Same
yes,
strategy, exact copy.
yes.
First get
I,
through the easier ones, then
I,
yeah,
I
wonderful,
would,
wonderful.
I would also like to say, add something. By this strategy, you are actually reading the mind of the paper setter. For the very first round, you know how the exam is, the overall idea, like how difficult it is, how many questions are new, how many questions are like the from the past papers, and there are some questions they are like actually the past papers, but they modify them. They modify the statement and the options. So I would say 50%, uh, more than 50% maybe were totally new questions. Around 30% were like past papers and modified.
Yeah.
So by this strategy, you try to read the mind of the paper setter, and by the third round, you are enough prepared, like you have taken the 2 rounds initially, and you know these questions are like the 100% correct. Only I'm left with 5 to 10 questions that are harder for me to crack. So you know yourself while completing the exam as well. When I did the last part, and while exiting the center, I was very happy. I said the invigilator, I did my best. I'm very happy. I know I'm passed. So I was feeling relaxed at that time.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You deserve all that relaxation and peace, Hamza,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
you have another mountain to climb now, part two. But I wish you
Obviously.
all the best for your career and success. All
Thank you
of
so
it
much.
coming your way.
Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you. Hetvi, I'll make you go next, and I have few questions already lined up for you. So I'll ask you to unmute and you can turn on the. Hi. Hey, True.
Uh,
Can I just also throw you some questions that I already have? They want to know about the quizzes and the mocks and the weekly quizzes, when to take them. Should they do it every week? Should they wait till the end of all completion of these, subjects after week 8 or doing the MMF? And because you guys did not even have the weekly mock exam, right? You had only core quizzes of the conceptual quizzes. But this batch is also getting extra subject-wise mock exam also this time. So Tejasvi has this question like, what should she do? Like, should she take it every week, or she should get more confident and do all the subjects together and then do it? But though they are subject-wise only individually, what do you recommend? Yeah.
I must recommend that you have to take that exam by the end of week, because you know that how much you retain by the end of the week. So
Yeah.
after, if you are planning that after the whole syllabus you are going to take that exam, no, you after that you realize that, oh, I lost that part, I lost that subject. But after week, if you will give, then you know the zest, what zest you gain, what you retained.
Absolutely. Beautifully said. So I think whatever the plan is, it should be done at the same sequence, preferably, and in within the same time span. And subject-wise preparation, how it has been given to you, is the best approach to then cumulatively start preparing Mega Master and Advanced Fight, right? Like how you have done it. So yeah, Shalini has the same question also. Like, does subject-wise preparation help, and how it helps?
Yes, it for the subject wise preparation, 1,000 and 1,400 are must, you have to do. They are the baseline. After, if you are preparing that 1,050 1,400, then only you can go for advanced file, mega master file, and power notes. So build your base first and master in that base.
Yeah, yeah. That is why, I mean, everybody around me is like, why are you doing this? This is not done. A lot of people hear from other sources also. But I'm like, you can't write sentences without knowing ABCs and your words. And past papers and thousands are the ABC to the full sentences of the ADC questions. You cannot read them, cannot interpret them. I have seen so much resistance, but I know how hard I have to push in the first 2 months of the program. Tell everybody, no, do it, please do it. And then you will see, how it helps. So, yeah. And so tell me, Hetvi, how you did the plan, the articles, and yeah, revision of the articles and study partner, all that thing, and how Hamza said that, he had a 3 round strategy for the exam. What were your techniques to handle the exam and the new questions?
Actually, I'm a freshly graduated student, so I was very scared at the first that can I complete this 10 years, 15 years, seniors, masters? How? Because I'm very lack of clinical experience, so I was scared. But when I started this journey, I'm really saying that after 5 months, I'm completely different person. Uh, without apart from any result, I'm completely different for my clinical experience. And for the preparation, I followed your study plan, not more than anything. I planned my study plan that I have to do this in this week, and I divided everything from by my side that I have to complete this by today, and I actually subdivided that in hours and minutes also, that I have to complete this 5 pages in 5 minutes, so I have to do this in 1 minute. That subdivision I did that. And if I can't complete that, I complete it by weekend. Every day I was reading by 7 to 8 hours. I'm doing part-time job, so I can do that 7 to 8 hours every day, and by weekend 12 to 14 hours. And for last 1 month, I prepared for 14 hours around.
Wow, wonderful. So you are a micromanager when it comes to time, Hetvi. Let me tell you, and I suffer from the same condition, so I know what it takes and how it also, affects you. But it's good also. It's a blessing and a curse together, I think, right? But definitely a blessing for ADC, because then you have a full control and a grasp on your study plan and your syllabus, what you have to do, and you will always make sure you're not lacking and you're always staying ahead of the program. Thank you so much, Hetvi. It was really, really nice of you to, come and give your and share your experience, especially without the clinical experience, handling such critical clinical concepts, not even being in Australia, not seeing the
Yes,
clinic environment, but just with the program, you could imagine all of it and achieve it. And most of the overseas candidates will not be in Australia, right? They would not have that exposure. So the program has what it takes to, even by sitting outside wherever you are, to get into the system, right?
yes,
So it is not a biased system that you are a DA in Australia, then only you can do it. It is not a biased system. You have to be a knowledgeable dentist to crack this exam. Because I have seen people who are working as a DA long and long and long and still not able to take it out. So it's not just about one thing. There are always multiple factors underlying every success. Thank you. Jalap, I'll make you go now.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Sorry, as you can hear me, my throat, my is taking a toll. I have had like maybe 10 classes and sessions in just last week, because we are doing 3 live classes every week now, and infection control guidelines are new, 5th edition.
Yes.
So, every day I'm doing ICG class and it goes for like 2.5 hours. Advanced file classes are going 2.5 hours. I'm like crazy talking 5 hours in lectures. So my throat is all gone. I'll leave the floor to you. You have the questions. You have everything. Please start. And you wrote me a beautiful letter. So please. Just
you.
floor is all yours.
I really want to thank you. I would just like to start by saying something about my journey. I've been in Australia for 4 years now. Every time, even the thought of giving this exam has scared me. Like, I'm not joking, it scared me, like crazy scared me. I joined you last year in October. I was planning to write my March exam, but due to some reasons, I had to quit the course. I studied for 3 weeks, had some medical issues, I had to quit. And then I rejoined you back, I think, in April this year. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but I just the one word you said I followed, trust the process. I did not think about if I'm going to pass or fail. I was like, if I'm going to think I'm going to fail, I won't be able to study properly. So I just don't want to think about the result. I'm going to trust the process, as you said. And I work full time. I work Monday to Friday. My commute is like an hour one way. So, and I drive. So, but I think what kept me going were your motivational words. Like I used to wake up at 4, come back in the evening, study how much ever I could. But the five key things that I did, which I feel helped me, where I mastered the TG, the ICG, the code of conduct, these three, and Odell, these four. And no matter how difficult I felt, the 1,400 MCQs. For example, if the video was like 1 hour of a lecture, I used to sit and take notes. I used to pause with every question. I made sure I understood the concept. I think that is what has helped me to answer the new questions this time, because if you know the concept, I think you can answer any question that's thrown at you. So I took my time. I used to like 1 hour video, I used to pause every 5 minutes. I used to pause and I used to make notes. I was like, why this is this? And I used to go back to references, see them. I think that is what has helped me. So please, anyone watching, do not skip 1,000 and 1,400. I think that is like the base. And if you master those 1,000 and 1,400, you understand the concepts. I think any question that's thrown at you will be easily answered. And you have to just, I think TG, ICG, and COC and Odell, these four and the past papers, like the concepts, I think this is where I focused a lot. And the articles, I love your CV classes. I have to tell this. I know they're very long. After a point, I'll be like, oh my God, why is this so long? It's 2 hours. But then I think I just enjoyed your CV classes. The way you've taught me to read articles has transformed me. Now I enjoy the articles. I don't get scared of them. So the way the course is designed is just you just trust the process, just follow the plan. By end of 8 weeks, I think you will realize without your knowledge, you will start answering questions. And one other simple advice I think I would like to give is do not confuse yourself with all the questions out there on social media. Just do not. That is one thing I did, was because there are lots of groups, they put so many questions, you don't know what is the base of the question, what is the answer. And I used to get I used to get confused so badly, and I used to get scared because I was like, oh my God, I don't even know this, how am I going to pass the exam? But trust me, it's not worth it. Just block that energy from your plan. Trust the process, because everyone is different. So you have to trust in yourself and take care of your mental health. I think that is another thing which is very, very important. There were days where I was like, I used to break down, I used to cry. I was like, no, I don't think I'll be able to do it. And thanks to my amazing family and my friends, just, yeah, they supported me a lot. So I think, yeah, I really enjoyed studying with you and your course. And I just believe it's the best course out there for whoever is listening. I've got a couple of messages asking me if it's good. I was like, just why are you even asking this? It's the best out there. So yeah, thank you so much,
Thank you, Etvi. Jalak, sorry. And
ma'am.
it's really kind to hear wonderful, experience that you had talking about taking care of the mental health and being, keeping your sanity intact while you do it. That maintaining a positive attitude and a positivity is so crucial. And then, being disciplined and sincere and doing work that needs to be done. I think when we ask a lot of questions ourselves or others, should we do this? Should we do that? The confusions, questions can sometimes put us off that disciplined and sincere path. But when we trust the process, don't ask questions, just trust the process. Because when you trust something, you don't question it, right? So when you trust the process, you are dedicated. You will always be disciplined because you know every point on the plan is taking me towards the success. And you will be sincere. You will end up having the most knowledge in the room wherever you are. And I'm sure you feel it too, right? People
Yes.
might say, "Oh, you are a know-it-all," but that's what women spurts do, right? We become know-it-all, right? So
Oh, but it's actually very true. I work in a dental clinic. I started working as a dental assistant. Now I work as a practice manager. But the fact, like now when I see my dentist, like I work with a specialist. So when I see him discussing things with the patients, it makes so much sense. I'm like, oh my God, I've been such an idiot all my life. And now things just come together after your course. And it's just beautiful when you understand things. I was typing notes the other day for my dentist, and the way he was talking, it was exactly how you teach, like how you go about Odell. And I was smiling looking at the computer screen, and they were thinking I'm mad. I'm like, no, I'm not mad. It's making sense to me now.
no, wonderful. Thank you so much. And Jalak, we have a question. If somebody is not doing a clinic, will it be more difficult to pass the exam or some gap years from the study? Knowing that the program, the articles, and everything, what do you think?
Like clinic in the sense, like working
As a
here.
DA or anything, right? I mean, yeah.
Definitely working as a DA has a bit of advantage, especially when it comes to ICG, I feel, because we have seen all like the exact infection control, the sterilization process, everything. It definitely has a little bit of an advantage, I would assume. But even I don't think it's difficult for you to pass the exam, even if you haven't been here, because I think the way you have taught the ICG, I went through your ICG lectures, and the way you're saying, you can easily imagine things. It's not that you have to be in the clinic. And I think that is one unique thing about Winspurt, which I felt was very unique, was there were a lot of things which I haven't seen as well. And when you were talking about it, and when you were explaining things while taking those lectures, I kept imagining. And the next thing I did was I Googled some YouTube videos to see, like, just visualize things, like how they're actually there. And trust me, there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube. You can just have a look how a washer disinfector works, for example. You can just Google it. So I don't think, yes, there is a little bit of advantage. I would agree to that, but it's not that you cannot pass the exam.
Thank you so much, Jalak.
Thank you.
And who goes next alphabetically? Pooja? Pooja, I think, yeah, it's your turn. I've asked you to unmute, Pooja. Can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, Pooja.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, please, the stage is all yours, Pooja. I know you're a very, very, very terrific candidate, very intelligent. I must tell you that. Your discussions with me, our discussions about doubts and concepts were always very insightful. I know you were very well prepared. I
Thank
could
you,
tell
ma'am.
that. So, yeah, I would actually leave it to you to talk about again the importance of doing the articles, the classes. As many speakers before you have already covered those, but I would like to give your 2 cents as well. And because you remember your memory power, everything is so strong also, I noticed. So the repetition, what are your techniques? How you retain stuff? I want to note that too, Pooja, right? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. First of all, I have to say that I graduated in 2023. So, as a fresh graduate, I was not so confident to start with the ADC journey. But somehow, so for the time being, I joined a clinic in my hometown. And during the clinical practice, the cloud somehow disappeared, and I made up my mind for the initial for getting the paperwork done for the initial assessment. And once I got my papers assembled, I messaged ma'am. My friend suggested Winsport is a good coaching center, and I messaged ma'am and joined with her on April 8th. And from there, the 5 month journey was actually very surprising, exciting, and at the same time, I really enjoyed that 5 month coaching. Like as a fresher, the coaching was really enlightening, and many things which I used to like. It's more like a journey of unlearning. I used to unlearn a lot of things during this 5 month coaching. And to be honest, I have to say that during the preparation, I was not working. So I was having this luxury of time. And I know everybody is not on that scenario. But for me, I don't want to stress myself. So I decided to not engage in anything else during that period. And I used to study at least 8 to 10 hours from day one of the coaching. And I was consistent on that. Even if I missed any days during the preparation for any other things, I used to cop up those hours on any other days. That was how I planned my study. And the best thing I found with the coaching is that from my schooling itself, I used to prepare timetable prior to my exam, and I studied accordingly. So when the app was introduced to me, it was well organized. Like I felt like I landed on the perfect place from day one itself. There's a plan that what all videos we need to watch, and when I mark the option like mark as completed, it like kind of given me a satisfaction. And that was the like a dose of motivation for me throughout this 15-week journey. And again, I have to say that my mode of study was like I will watch the 1,000 past papers, 1,000 MCQs past papers and all. And while watching the video, I will prepare notes on it. And towards the end of the week, before taking the quizzes, I will brush through the entire notes on that particular subject, and then I would give the quiz. So it will be like reinforcing the concept. And this pattern I continued till the first 2 months of the course, where we were more focusing on the subject wise. And after that, still I felt that I was missing on something. So what I did was I went through the website. Till then, I was not navigating much into the website. I was solely focusing on the app. So after 2 months, I understood that I am missing out something. So I started navigating through the website, and I understood that I have to work more on articles as well as other study materials which are already there. So what I did is I took a paper, a chart paper, and I wrote the entire syllabus, like what all textbooks, Kathleen's clinical case and perio, and what all textbooks ma'am have mentioned to read. I wrote and also wrote the chapter names against the textbooks which we have to read specifically. And also subject-wise articles. I would write operando and will enlist the whole articles that have to be read in that section. And then what I did is, since I was having this much time, I used to run ahead of the roster. Like if there are 7 days, I will complete the schedule by about 5 days. And on the sixth day, I will devote it completely for the article. It will be my article day. And on the sixth day, I will read as much as articles it was possible for me, because article reading is something which everybody will find boring and kind of disappointing. So what I used to do is ma'am has already given a tip, like we have to put a soothing music in the background which is not distracting, and we need to create a concentration bubble and slowly read the article. And I used to write the points on in my notebook while reading the article. And this way I continued reading. I covered almost three-fourths of the articles towards the end of the program, and all the pending articles as well as the pending chapters that I have to read, I have highlighted it as my pending portion. And towards the last month of the preparation, I again went through these pending section and I covered it all along. So my policy was that I don't want to leave any stones unturned before the exam. I have to knock on everything so that at least I will be relieved. Even if I fail, I can be assured that I had tried my level best, so that I can't complain to myself. So that was my thing. That was the thing I used to like. I was pressurizing myself to read all these things so that you won't feel bad at the end. Likewise, I kept motivating myself. So that was it. And remembering, I would say revision and repetition is the most important thing. Like everybody will, and all these subjects are volatile and definitely it will go out of our head eventually. So what I used to do is I think I had revised TG, ICG, order thousands and past papers more than 5 times. Like whenever I get free time, when I feel like not learning a new concept, what I used to do is I will take the thousand or past paper, the quiz from the website. I will open the folder and we will solve the answers. So that it's like it will be more like a cakewalk. Once you have done it twice or thrice, it will be more easy for you to solve. So that way, I used to repeatedly solve those questions. So that's how I managed to remember the concept. I used to revise multiple times, 5, 6 times. Then articles, I have prepared the notes, and I think I had given a revision of 2 or 3 times before the exam. The article portions also I have went through it. Books in the website also, after reading, I will note down the points, and I also used to revise through it before the exam. I revised it twice or thrice. So that's how it is. And if I have to tell the new candidates, like when I was attending the exam, I felt like if I had gone through the bite-wing radiographs much more in depth, I felt it could have saved some more time for me. Like I lost I was spending more time on interrupting the bite-wings. So I felt like if you are practicing more bite-wings and x-rays before the exam, that will be helpful for you. And also ADA articles, you have to specifically stress on it, because ADA article, it is a different section in the website. I had read almost all the articles under the subject wise section, and the ADA article, again, I had gone almost through, like almost through it, but I had missed some of the ADA articles. And during the exam, I felt I should have read those articles also, so that I could have felt more empowered. So that's one thing I wish to inform the new candidates. If you are studying, don't miss on these two things. It will be beneficial for you. It will be helping you.
Thank you, Pooja. And wonderful that you mentioned that bite wing practice and X-ray practice would have helped, because you know, as I informed you, that this batch is going to get X-ray mocks also. So we will do
That
all
will be
the
great.
yeah, all the carries identifying practice on the bite wings, even IGDA scoring practicing, whether it's in enamel or dentine, what is the extent, all that practice we will do now with the X-ray mock exam. And the infection control guideline mock also we are bringing for these candidates. So I'm sure that would be huge benefit for the candidates. So thank you so much, Pooja. Wonderful, wonderful. Do share me all the things that
Thank
you
you, ma'am.
wrote of your books and everything. I might get it all typed and
Sure.
printed and give it to the candidates, right? So
Okay, thank.
do share
And
with
I
me
have
that.
to thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for guiding us, for providing the emotional support throughout the journey. Whenever I felt down, I used to message you, and that was a back-to-back conversation, and I really enjoyed it. I'm thankful for that.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure too. Like, my day also is incomplete without talking to you guys and spending time with you on WhatsApp. So it has become a
Yeah.
part of my life, a part of my routine. So more or less, it's like it's my only social life that I have. You guys, you are my social life. You're my friends. You're my extended family. So I absolutely adore that time, and I am grateful that you can trust me that to help you with this journey. I know it is challenging and hard, but if I can be a little part of this, and it is my honor, and it is really, I am grateful for that, for you to choose me.
Thank,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am.
And Sunaina, I'll make you go next now. Thank you, Pooja. I've asked you to unmute, Sunaina. I have few questions for you. If you unmute.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
Hello,
Sunaina.
everyone.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
So Naina, I'm going to give you a few questions to start with, and then you share your journey, because we have some candidates'
Sure, ma'am.
question. One was about what helped you to answer the insurance and legal questions, and more like the policy questions that came, right?
Yes.
And the other is how to avoid burnout while preparation, how to
Okay.
avoid overthinking, overstress, and then blocked thinking because of all the burnout. So these are one is very technical, what made you answer those technical questions, and one is very,
Exams.
very,
Yes.
very, very emotional question, that it's so natural to get burnt out with this prep. So Sunena, I'm sure you have wonderful things to say, and we are looking forward to
Yes,
hear.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you so much, ma'am. Yourself and my family, my husband are the three important pillars who believed in me till now. Even today, like until now, every day morning, as soon as I wake up, I check my results again. Have I really passed? Have I really passed? Like I am unable to believe until this moment. So thank you so much, ma'am. Coming to the ADA questions and the questions on insurance, the thing is whatever was related to Australian concepts, I felt it so interesting because my husband has been living there since 8 years. So even while talking, he was also more interested on dentistry. So we used to discuss about those concepts. Though he is not a dentist, we used to discuss about it. And even in the college, I'm working as an SR in college here. So even in between the patients, there will be so much noise. So just to avoid the distractions, I used to listen to that remarkable room which you have said. That music will be playing on in my earphones, and then I'll be making notes from the ADA policies and articles. I never thought that that was an 100% effect, but yes, that helped me so much. So whatever thing you're doing is not a waste of time. Just try to correlate it with your process that you're undergoing. And the second, nothing is waste of time. Like spending 1 hour for your workout, talking to your family members, nothing is a waste of time. But try to focus and try to correlate everything that you do. And I recently graduated from PG also, so I'm very much used to I'm used to getting overwhelmed. I had so much of burnout episodes, so it was not new for me while preparing for this exam. But whenever there are so many days, I felt it like, why to stress so much on single question? Because if there is a doubt on single question, I won't be able to move forward to the next portion. So in those days when I feel bad and I don't feel like doing anything, I just open your classes and I just listen to them, and it will automatically bring me to the track. I don't think if you remember, but I have told you this in the initial 2 months when I joined, and I was a crash course student. I joined 2 weeks after the crash course has started, and it was the best decision which me and my husband made. It was almost a last minute decision. I didn't join any other class before that. I was just going to 3TG, ODEL, and ICG by myself. Then once I started crash course, I never felt like I was left out with some materials. I had everything. I had not seen 1,000 or 1,400 MCQs, but whatever doubts I had, you were there to help me with that. Even while downloading some other articles, and you had references for everything. So all these things helped me so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Sunena. I think wonderful insights. And Bilal, I hope you got the answer. So about the stress, it is unavoidable. Only you have to learn how to manage it. And as Sunena said, that she was kind of in a continued way, how she could was doing PG and everything. She was used to the pressure, and she was, yeah, kind of in a rut already. I would say that. And
Yes,
so
ma'am.
my course wasn't really something extra for her. If you are not used to that, if you got a break after dentistry and you forgot all the pressure in the dental school, well, welcome to Winsport. And I'm going to put you to another university and a 5 month postgraduate program practically of a general dentistry. You're a specialist in
Very
general
true, ma'am.
dentistry, right?
Yes,
So
very true.
welcome. Yeah. So that's what Winsport
Ma'am,
is. It's an,
I
yeah,
have
yeah,
three
please.
more points to say.
Yeah.
Actually, after doing this, I got to know that ADC is not just a simple course, it's taking you to a different level of dentistry. So it is like a bridging. You will never feel like you have not done a post graduation in any subject, that would say, because whatever I took 3 years to study in prosto, I could see everything in ADC, more or less. So I think every subject has the same level of impact and preparation and everything. So it's like a bridging. It's bridging you from your undergrad to whatever complex things you'll be doing in your daily practice, which you haven't done in postgrad. That is a bridging point. And the second one is the Ninja Monks and the Grand Monks. These were like totally game changing. My final exams were exactly like the Grand Monks. Paper one was very tough in the Grand Monk. And when I did paper four, I felt it to be easy. The scores increased from paper one to paper four. And it was the same for my final exam. So people used to tell me ADC part one is easy, you can do it by yourself, this and that. But I was not able to trust those points. But whenever I saw your mocks, I felt like, okay, this is going to be a standard. This is a great standard. So you have to make yourself to that standard to clear that. So mocks were really, really, really helpful. Self preparation only is not at all sufficient. And all those insights that's happening in the Australian dental community, you'll get exposed to everything if you join Winsport. And there is no blabbering of information. You have scientific evidence backed up with every statement that you see in the class. And many articles are downloadable in Google also, so people can just access it, download and highlight it and keep it with them. So the mocks were really, really awesome, ma'am.
Thank you. I really, I am also very happily, surprised as well as like because we didn't expect the exam to be so much new, of course. But I'm like, thank God we kept the grand mock entirely unseen, an
Yes,
entirely difficult level. Because I remember you guys after grand mock, my phone broke with the messages that
yes,
I received. My phone literally broke. I could barely check daily all the messages that I would receive, and it was hard. It was like, is it exam going to be this hard? I was like, maybe, maybe not, but mostly we get repeats. But this time, yes, it did get hard also. But I think thank God we did that very difficult grand mock. It helped all of us to get through this. And this time,
yes,
this batch is going to get two grand mocks basically. So I'm making another new grand mock for this batch also. So your grand mock also they will take. It's new for them, and there's going to be another new set of grand mock that I'm making. So I'm going to be giving two grand mock experience because it just opens up your brain to everything that gets asked in the exam.
and
So
mocks are as important as your study material, so never take them lightly. That's my uh,
thank
important
you.
point that I have to say to the next students. So just
Thank
try
you.
to complete it as and when it is happening, because in future you may not have time to redo every mock. So do it as and when it is being uploaded.
Some question. I think Sunena, you are not eligible much for this question because you were crash course student. So this is
Yes.
about those who started from the first week. So let me go to Suprita, and thank you
Okay.
so much, Sunena. And
Thank you,
means a
ma'am. Thanks a
lot.
lot.
Means a lot, a
Thank
lot,
you.
a lot. Thank you. Suprita, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Give me a minute. Yeah. You can unmute yourself now.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I
Yes, ma'am.
can.
Yeah.
Suprita, so I'm
Hi.
gonna give you one question. Hi, before you start and you address it. So the question is that when you started from the first week, how could you, where did you start on the app and everything, and the overwhelm that every candidate feels on the first week?
Yeah.
So I think they are addressing that because
Okay.
I tell everybody personally that you will get used to it. You'll get a momentum. Give it few days.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, talk about that. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that.
Firstly, I want to thank you. It's just because of you I passed the exam today.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you so much for choosing me, Suprita.
Hi, everyone. The first thing is this is my second attempt. My first attempt was with other coaching classes, but it was not so useful. And then I thought uh, I didn't clear in two clusters. That's when I thought, okay, this is not doable. Then I just took a break, and after that, and someone said me Ravensburg is the best. Then I messaged, I spoke to Jigyasa. She gave me the confidence. She said, "You go for it. You just trust the process. Start from the beginning. Just do whatever you. I believe your words that you said. Sweat, sweat, sweat instead of breathing in the war. That's what I did, and I literally I didn't do anything extra other than what you said. I just followed what you said. Not even one single step I did without other than the thing you said. From the day one, whatever the articles, whatever the daily task you get, you said the 1,000 MCQs, 1400s, and I started reading all that. And the same thing you said, revision, revision, revision. That's what I followed 5 to 6 times: TG, ICG, and Odell. And I should say you the special classes, CV classes, They are the highlights of the highlight of the course. And advanced file and mega master, I did it 5 times. I did it 2 times, and once I did it with just by taking out the questions. And then always I it's like I used to watch the videos more. I used to write, as you said, evaluate yourself. I used to take to 20 questions. I used to answer those questions, and then I used to listen to videos instead of going to answers, because in videos what you do is like, okay, answer A is not correct because this is thing. Answer B is not correct because this is the thing. That reason we don't get when we read. That is what helped me a lot. I did that 3 times. I re-evaluated myself. First time I was about 50 to 60s. Second time I was about 70s. Till I was about 90s. I didn't leave. I did it 3 times. And then I got the confidence. I was like, okay, 70% at least we get whatever is there in advanced file and mega master. In this, I should never miss any mistake. What I saw in the exams is we had the same concepts. We didn't have the same questions, but we had the same concepts as advanced file. I accept, but we had new questions. We had many new questions, but almost 70%, I think we had the repetition. The concepts were same, but not the
Concepts, yeah.
questions. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
we are good with the concepts, it was like we were able to attend it. It was like that. And what was the question? Sorry, I forgot about the question you asked, ma'am.
First week jitters, I think
Yeah,
you addressed it, that you
yeah,
just thought that let's jump into it, and the first week,
that's it.
however it is, and you did it.
Yeah, and the first 10 weeks, what Dr. Jigyasa says is like, it's a hell. That's the same thing. I was like, it's a hell. It's very difficult, and you feel it's so impossible. But once you get it, and again revision, you'll come to the flow. That's it. Just blindly close the eyes, trust the process, and these mocks. What will happen is it'll brainstorm us that we think in one direction, but the answer is in the other direction. That's how we brainstorm the answers. That is what helped me answer the questions in new questions also in my exam. That's what happened. And ninja
All the
mocks.
advanced file live discussion that
Yeah,
that we did, the rule out technique, and bringing all the
exactly.
references and
Yeah,
evidences and all that. Yeah.
yeah. And articles, trust me, they're fantastic. 2 times, at least 2 times revision is must. Yeah, and
Which is good. I mean, two
yeah,
times won't take a lot of time, right? I mean,
yeah.
like somebody asked me to put it articles on the roster. I'd say it's already there. If you go to the study plan, I've mentioned that do operative article this week.
Because
Simple.
most of the
So,
articles you have covered already in the special
and then,
classes.
yeah, CV classes and special
Yeah,
topics cover the most important ones,
yes,
right? So
ma'am.
those are already done. Then you go to the subject-wise folder of operative. You do, okay, these
Yes.
are 20 articles in operative. For example, hypothetically, I have
Yeah.
7 days. Let's divide 3 articles per day. And
I
I
was
will,
working for four
yeah,
days. I couldn't do the articles. So what I used to do is I used to do the articles only on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Other days I
okay.
was just doing the whatever the
Right.
regular things
That
was.
is why I
That is how
never
I
give
was.
articles day wise. I
Yeah,
always give it week wise because I know everybody won't have daily time to do those articles.
yeah,
So I give it, okay, these 20 articles in this folder you have to do per week. So if you have daily same time, divide it. Otherwise, do when you have the most time. And 2 time revisions is not a lot. It is not a lot of burden.
yeah,
And in the first 8 weeks, you will do it one time. And then after 8 weeks, anyways, you know, Suprita, the course gets very easy
yeah.
and very doable, right? The first
Yes, yes.
intense pressure is the first 2 months.
First two
That's when I
months.
go through that, you know, rigorous army routine.
What keeps us doing staying as focused for the whole 5 to 6 months. That's what is needed actually. That we don't
I
have
know
gotten.
that
Yeah,
because otherwise, see, I it's easier for me to make it easy because I will get less questions, I will get less issues. I can easily make it easy on myself.
yeah.
But I still deal with every batch, almost hundreds of people messaging me. I don't understand. So confused. I don't know where to start. It is all so confusing. I can't find this. I can't find that. I'm like, it's a huge drive link. It's a
I
huge app. There are 150 classes. Give it some time. It will all come together. Just
Yes, ma'am.
give it some time and trust the process. So,
I should thank you so much, so that even the minor, it was just so silly a doubt. Even then, you never took it like, oh, this is such a silly thing. Why don't you understand? You never said that. You so patiently you said, no, this is not the answer. This is how you have to think. This is the why. This is the answer. Uh, so many times, my silliest questions also was answered. I don't think so. No other coachings will do this. Yeah.
you're too kind,
You're awesome,
Suprita.
ma'am. Yeah.
You're too kind,
Yeah,
Suprita.
you're so awesome.
All the best. All the
Thank you
best
so
to
much, ma'am.
everyone. And Suprita, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you so
all the
much, ma'am.
speakers who could take out the time. I know so many wanted to do more, but they couldn't because some are working, some are traveling, some have guests coming over. But I do understand and thank each one of you who cleared the exam. You set an example that even the hardest of the mountains can be climbed, and you give hope to other people.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
give hope to other people. I know they are heartbroken, they are disheartened, but you are that beacon of hope in this moment, that even the hardest of the exam can be done still by so many candidates of Winspur. So
Yes,
of
ma'am.
course in the March things will ease out. More repeats might be there. You will be better prepared. You know what to expect differently also now. Things are going
Yeah.
to be much easier than what you guys had to face, right?
Yes, ma'am. We should
So
never expect the repetitions. The thing is, once we are good with the concepts, once we understand the concepts, that is what will get us the things.
exactly. That
Yeah.
is why articles prepare you for the unseen, grand mocks prepare you for the unseen.
Yeah.
Rely more on the unseen and the new parts so that, see, the repeats will automatically be taken care of.
Yeah. TG quizzes are superb. That
Thank
helped
you.
us very much, ma'am. That helped
No,
us.
I love
Yeah.
TG mocks. I,
Yeah.
I am personally so attached to TG mocks because
Yes, ma'am.
you don't remember the story. I think you must have heard it in some of the classes. But I made those TG mocks when I had
And
my second one, and I was like,
yeah,
he was
you
sleeping
were
in
on
the
the
night,
bed.
and I was working. I was only, 15 days postpartum when I started creating the TG mocks. So I distinctly remember, and I'm so emotionally attached to that. Postpartum stage is, anyways, the most emotional one. So
Yes, ma'am.
so that gem has been created in the most beautiful time of my life when my
Yes,
little
ma'am.
one was just napping by my side, and I would, you know, turn on little light and write all the questions from the TG and make those. So it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
all very special. I know why Winspurt touches the lives the way it does, because it is not just a course, it's an experience. It is
Yes.
belief in keep going till you
when
succeed.
when
You know,
I was stressed, I asked you your meditation class. I used to take that. I used to listen to that, and I used to cope up with that, and then again come back, bounce back to the studies. And it's not so easy. We have to study at least 10 hours, and initially at least 6 hours. That's what I did initially. First 2 months at least 6 to 7 hours, and during the last 2 months we have to study 12 to 15, at least 10 to 12 hours. This exam is not at all so easy. We have to study
exactly,
so
especially
much.
5 months, right? It
Yeah.
is because you do it in 5 months. If you're
Yes.
spending a year, that's why I tell my students, if you want to do dual course, take a dual course.
Yes.
It's about what your life allows you. My app,
Yeah.
my course gives you the benefit of doing it both ways.
Yeah.
You
It's
can
so
do
so
a
flexible.
10-month program with me, you can do a 5-month program with me without feeling that you are missing out something or you're not, on a proper track. I say just choose the path that is with the least resistance for you. If you choose a path which is on the least resistance for you, the more you will adapt to it and more effort you will try to give it, right? If you don't have 2 hours also per day and you want to do it in 4 months or five
Months. It's
months
very difficult.
then you are putting yourself up to that burnout and stress situation yourself.
Yes, ma'am. We
So
have to
first calibrate.
sacrifice.
Yeah, you have to calibrate what you have, what you can do, how many hours you can take out, and then take a call whether dual course or a single course, whether a 5-month program or a 10-month program. The app supports both ways, and mocks keep changing. So just enjoy and learn, but have fun while you do it. As I always
Yes, ma'am.
tell you, Suprita, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't make it like a pain point in your life. Have
Yeah.
fun while you do it.
Yeah.
Simple. And luck also has a huge role in everyone's journey in this exam.
Yes.
This has happened, this unfortunate passing rate has occurred, but that doesn't mean it's end of life or end of the world for anybody. We
For
will
me, I
stand
felt
up.
when I wrote my exam, I felt, oh, did Jigyasa gave this, I prepared this exam? That's what I felt, because the questions were like everything, almost 90% everything you had taught us. Only 10% was new. You didn't teach us the same. This question is see this answer, but you taught surrounding of it, the concepts you taught. That helped us. That helped me really. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Suprita. And thank you, everybody who could join us, all the speakers. Thank you. Thank you, all the winners, and everybody who asked wonderful questions, which helped other candidates as well. And when speakers could answer those questions, I would like to thank everybody who was present here. And it was a very, very insightful class and session. Thank you, guys. I wish you all the best for your next step,
Thanks, ma'am.
and always keep in touch. Thank you. I'm so glad, Nomi, it helped you, and everybody. Thank you so much for being the wonderful audience that you always are. Have a great night. Thank you, Esther. Bye bye. Bye. Thank you, Suprita.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. Thank you, Nan. Thank you so much. Thank you, Romana. I will be uploading this class on the app as well. So if you missed it, if you want to watch again some points that you missed, if you joined late, anything, it's gonna be on the app also. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye bye.